Hi there, this is Sabrina Jean. The following message is a description for individuals who are on a Life Path 7 journey. More specifically, if you are a 34/7 life path. And how do you know this? Well, you add up the total of your birthday numbers, and when they total 34, reduce that to the number 7. And this is more specific information about, well, your life path theme and your purpose. I'm reading this information to you from a book of mastery, which is where I learned more information about my own life path and purpose and process. So I hope you enjoy this information. A Life Path 7, the purpose of the Life Path 7 is to learn how to trust through being open. So it's trust through openness. The 34 numbers that add up to the number 7. The number 3 refers to expression through sensitivity. The number 4 refers to stability through a process. So you might be wondering, what exactly does this mean? And so now I'm going to read you exactly what this means. Those working 34 or 43/7 life path numbers are here to work through issues of trust, patience, emotional expression, and to have faith in the spiritual process operating within their life, establishing security by finding practical ways to contribute to others. These life paths present the opportunity of blending the incisive mind of those working 7 with the down-to-earth practicality of mature 4 energy, and also the sensitivity and expressiveness of the 3 energy. Because of the influence of the number 4, finding a sense of communion or unconditional trust depends on a step-by-step process of self-discovery. The deeper you can go inside of yourself, the farther you will be able to see beyond yourself. And of course, since your life purpose always offers some sort of tests or hurdles, you might feel conflicted, polarized, or pulled in different directions. While the number 7 tends to pull you upward into a higher mind, or in some cases into metaphysical interests and practices, the 4 will pull you downward into daily life, family, and practical business concerns. As the 7 and the 4 characteristics mature and integrate, they will form a powerful synthesis, enabling you to build kind of a bridge between heaven and earth in creative ways, such as making money while bringing more beauty, happiness, or awareness into your life and into the world as well. So the 34/7 or the 43/7 life path closely resembles one another, except for the reverse order of, well, the first 2 numbers. So if the 4 predominates or the 3 predominates, depending on the experience, it will more acutely bring you issues that need to be dealt with as far as stability and the process in relation to self-trust. And it may challenge you to confront a stronger tendency to try to skip over steps or have secondary drives and issues related to expression and or self-doubt. In contrast, the 43/7 will deal less with process issues and more with emotional sensitivity. which means if you are a 34, then it's more about emotional expression and sensitivity than the other. But in general, this 34/7 life path is here to harmonize apparent opposites and to blend practicality and mysticism, outer and inner experience, flesh and spirit, worldly business and spiritual pursuit. So it's learning how to harmonize the opposites, to blend them together. And so you can sometimes accomplish this through launching a spiritual business, whether associated with a particular religion, for example, or selling books or teaching seminars devoted to the themes of religion or spirituality or personal growth even. But please know that 34/7 is here to work in a holistic business enterprise, and you are here to bridge two worlds. The number 3 energy indicates a drive for expression and for uplifting others while living fully in the world rather than, let's just say, in a monastery or in the forest. Generally, you might feel safer in the realm of your mind because of your exceptional analytical abilities. But your mind also has powerful emotional effects as well. And so your mind and your thoughts can act emotionally compulsive or impulsive. But the emotional sensitivity that you have is meant to help you balance out your mental energy. So you might experience a drive towards security or towards family or towards business. And confronting issues in the area of foundations, support, stability, belief systems, means that you will also have to learn to ground yourself in the practical reality of life, which helps to balance the imagination and flights of fancy that sometimes a life path 7 might experience. You might need to fulfill the practical part of your life and establish a stable base from which you can build upon step by step, like a staircase to spirit. This step-by-step stairway is it's a more apt metaphor than a springboard, because your life will rise or fall depending on the strength of your foundation and the care that you take with you along your journey. A skipped step will send you tumbling back into self-doubt and isolation, by the way. One of the main lessons of the 34/7 is to learn to fully trust your feelings. You might have fears and expectations that are misunderstood. Or maybe you misunderstand these fears or expectations, so you don't share them, which can in turn create more misunderstandings. So here's a little bit more information about those working the 34/7 life path in a positive aspect. When you're positive, you are strong, practical, physical, and spiritual. And when working in the positive, you will have learned to trust the mystery and wisdom of life, working through them, and also notice that they work through everyone else as well. You are a free thinker, but it's important for you to trust in the process of your own life, including the ups and the downs, the difficulties and the joys. So meditation can quiet your mind and bring you a sense of harmony and peace if you do this as a regular part of your daily routine. You can combine worldly interests with a commitment towards inner growth. And if you dedicate your work, your relationships, and activities to growth in spiritual awakening, you will have more positive experiences. If you choose to share your insightful nature based on direct experiences, it will allow you to feel closer to spirit, even if you are pursuing the more practical side of your everyday life. So how would you know if you're working in the positive or the negative? Well, if you're working in the negative, you may feel torn between conflicting drives for security or desires to go inward and to get away from the material world. If you're feeling confused or troubled by a human world that you don't trust, you might see hypocrisy everywhere, reflecting the turmoil that you feel inside of yourself. And self-doubt will only aggravate self-trust issues too. So you might constantly look for teachers, techniques, or ideas that can help you. You might become a wandering spiritual vagabond, seldom putting down roots long enough anywhere for anything to grow in your life. Alternately, you may want nothing to do with the crazy spiritual things. And even though you might appear sociable and gregarious, you might be wary of sharing your feelings with other people. And then you end up feeling alone. So it's almost as if the positive side would be blending your practical, your spiritual nature with positive intentions and finding healthy ways to express your sensitivities and trust yourself and trust your intuition. Or the other, it's more like an escapism and self-doubt and not trusting others and isolating yourself, and then which might make you feel more alone, would be more of the negative aspect. Okay, the next section of this book, I was not going to read it because it's about health, but now I'm realizing I need to read this. So, health issues, potentials. The 34/7 life path will generally have a strong body, but they might still have a hard time trusting their own instincts or their intuition due to subtle fears that their body may not know how to take care of itself. You might seek solutions in either pharmaceuticals, surgery, or subtle medicines, herbs, and food supplements. But when you begin trusting your instincts, for example, if you're taking vitamins, when your body tells you to take vitamins, then you will instinctively know what to do and when to do it, etc. So part of the process is learning how to trust your body's intuition, because your body is going to always tell you what it needs. You may also need to pay special attention to other messages in different parts of your body. Nutrition is an arena for learning self-trust, by the way. So you probably need to try and listen to your body's wisdom and messages more often, and not just your mind and your mind's ideas of what you think your body needs. Again, it's a blending of the two, the mind and the emotional and the intuition, the instincts. You can do best to avoid the tendency to follow other people's theories of what is good for you by first confirming the advice with your own insides, your body, which is also intuitive. Your body works with your higher instincts to maintain the strongest possible constitution at all times. It goes on to say a low-fat, varied diet can help maintain a sense of lightness and clarity will benefit you. You might want to avoid dairy products. You may experience issues with knees or the throat. If you are withholding emotional expression, if there's something that you're not saying, But ultimately, you're physically strong and you rarely are ill unless you become stressed. If you experience anxiety or hysteria, it can really wreak havoc on your nervous system and cause nervous breakdowns. It continues to say, on a rare occasion, if you do experience a breakdown, it's best for you to accept the process and work through it without resistance, one step at a time. And then afterwards, you will appreciate all that you have learned from the experience. You might also appreciate other forms of skill training that have a deeper meaning than just doing push-ups or expanding your muscles. For example, martial arts can furnish an exceptional means to develop a deeper trust within and in the body's spontaneous ability to learn and to move. Dance or other free movement form or sport can also benefit you greatly. Routines that combine your body, mind, and spirit will usually hold your interest the longest. And when I'm looking at these words, I'm thinking something like Tai Chi or maybe yoga. I know I truly enjoy Tai Chi, so I resonate with this last message. Oh, and you know why I resonate with that message? Is like, why do I resonate so much with this energy about the Life Path 7? I just remembered my soul's desire, which is a numerology vibration of my birth-given name. The vowels of your birth-given name reveals your soul's secret desire. And mine is the number 7. So interesting. Secrets, truths, understanding, trust. Interesting, I just had that realization, so thank you. So thank you for that. All in all, in general, Life Path 7, keys to fulfilling your destiny and manifesting your best life will come by focusing your attention on your core issues and generate specific actions that will help you to transform key areas and themes of your life. And this, too, is a process. All right, so thank you for allowing me to share this information with you in a nutshell, a Life Path 34/7 or 43/7. Feel free to listen to this as many times as you need. There's an awful lot of information here, but I'm sure what needed to resonate has already resonated with you. So thank you again. Have a beautiful day. Bye for now.